Wassail! Today is a new moon, which is a wonderful thing. I've lit a brand new Palo Santo stick to help honour the new moon. This is going to be a beautiful moon. We've had all this primal trauma that's been going on for the last few days, but this new moon in Pisces is just going to be so gentle. So the moon right now, it's at 3:36 here in UK time. It's currently, the moon is sextile to Mars. So the emotional third eye of the moon is sextiling the root chakra planet. And then the sun, which is emotionally masculine, is sextiling Gaia, Uranus. And so that's the consciousness, divine feminine consciousness. We're beginning to get these links. Now, this full moon, new moon, will be heading towards a full moon in Virgo. So this really is an intention setting moon. It's going to make you have a confidence boost. You're going to feel a lot more in place in a way that you haven't before. So set some intentions, because full moon in Virgo represents the period of time when the sun's in Virgo in 6 months' time, in which we harvest things. So this is a wonderfully soft, beautiful moon. So I'm going to ding the bell, the bowl. So ears if you worry about it. You see, that was soft, really soft. And then it kind of grew a little bit. It kind of, well, I could hear promise, which is what the intention setting's about. Now, also during this new moon phase rising to the full moon, which is on the 9th or the 9th, there is another energy portal opening on the gateways of the Babylonian gods and goddesses, and that opens on the 3rd of the 3rd, 2020. So that's all to come with this beautifully soft moon. So let's see what messages Spirit has for everybody with this wonderful new moon, this intention setting moon of what you want to harvest later in the year. Remember, when you're harvesting, you need to dream quite big, because the harvesting period is after the point at which we've had the solar eclipse that's going to divine up the masculine energy in the grid. So, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We're getting a little bit of a... That didn't feel soft. That felt a little bit impatient. It began with that one. Right, okay, well, it's been quite clear in what I've just said, in a way. We're on a journey. It begins with journey. We're on a journey towards the end of this year, because 2020 is a massive spiritual journey. So what I think I'm going to do is take other cards to read with these sections. I've got 6 other cards coming from the Mystical Shaman deck. So, can we please have some more information about this journey? Can we please have some more information about this journey? I'm being told to add an animal spirit to this journey first. So, we'll switch decks. I've just got an excitement for that Aleister Crowley deck at the moment, because I've got it in 2 sizes. Also, it's new and it's a joy to shuffle. So, animal energies, we've got 1 in the air and 1 on the floor. And I'm going to leave it at that. Interesting. So, 1 in the air and 1 on the floor. So, this was the 1 in the air and this was the 1 in the floor. It's like a reversal. It's a little bit like the energies that are currently taking place with Mars and Uranus, doing a kind of switchover, shedding of a skin. So snake is a representation of Earth, being Gaia's skirt, because the snakes wriggle all over the land. This is also the energy, it's got light language within it, and I am getting a lot of information about light language beginning to come into its own soon, but it's about seeking hidden gems inside patterns. That's how you need to work with light language. So, for instance, I don't know why I've got to tell you this, but so they're putting this in my head. I mentioned crop circles recently. May not have published that reading, but crop circles. Oh God, look, the spiral, the geometric shapes. You see, I never know where these messages are going. I think I do. Oh, so now they're messing with me. I've got to go where they're saying. So these 2 cards witness the patterns, this new eye energy, which is High Priestess Tiger energy coming down. I'll come back to the snake and the tiger, hopefully, if I remember, but I'm being pushed to tell you about this. So, crop circles. Start to look at crop circles, and for a long time when I look at crop circles, I use that sense of the magic eye painting. You know, when you use a different part of your vision cortex in your brain. So you look at a very complicated pattern. Actually, there you go. The loo floor at my dad's house has got a weird black pattern on grey. And when I look at it, if I relax, not that you need to know I'm relaxing, but when I just relax my vision, it starts to shimmer like there's a whole series of energies coming up off the floor. I do the same thing when I look at crop circles. So I look at a crop circle and I use that back of the head, back of the brain vision, and the crop circles transform into 3-dimensional images. So try doing that. If you can't, flicker your eyes really rapidly to try and see the other things in patterns. So years ago I was lying on a sunbed looking down at gravel, and my dog was doing this, looking at something, and to me there was just gravel, I could see nothing. And again, I used that magic eye kind of notion on the gravel, and suddenly the gravel sunk down, and on a layer above I saw hundreds of ants walking. But because our eyes see in tiny little dots that they have to paste everything together, we don't notice the tiny details. That's also been a message that keeps coming through. So, this is what is called uploading. Hooray! It's in the Earth grid. It's coming up from the Earth grid. Okay, so patterns. Anyway, let's move back to the reading. So everything's being turned on its head. The earthing was up here in the air was on the floor. Uranus, Mars switching around. Uranus has got the sun, the emotional mass. Oh, and it's here. It's this birthing of the new sun. Okay. So 5053, I want to say to you, I also want to say 64424444. There's a whole series of, okay, there's a future reference coming in this to another portal that's opening on the 4th of the 4th, the May the 4th be with you period, because the portal opening on the 3rd of the 3rd, which is 6/2020, is 10. It's a completion and a new beginning. The one opening on the 4th of the 4th is obviously 444, and that's why I'm getting the 444 reference in here. There's a magic taking place on the 3rd of the 3rd one. This feels like a really scatterbrain reading. They're making my brain jump all over the place. So I'm going to come back to them because I had an intention, regardless, which was to add some tarot to the Journey, Tiger and Snake for a little clarification. So Journey, Tiger and Snake, please. 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 Not taking them if they don't fall. It's a new rule. Actually, it's not. Sometimes they say you've got to take that one. Right, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is beginning a new journey in the real world, not inner work. Then we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is to be absolutely in the flow. And we have the Victory card. These are all very beautiful energies. Now, the interesting thing about them is 1 and 6 is 7, and the Chariot is 7. The message here is about bringing yourself into a new balance. I know I'm always going on about balance, but we have got this. You can't move forwards properly without balance. You've also got... Sorry, I'm just looking at this Chariot card. There are 4... Okay, it's really interesting. You will not move anywhere until you get balance. This Chariot card has like 4 statues pulling it, and they're not going to get very far. It's sort of stuck. So to get balance, you've got to find your new place in the world. I feel like this is going to be another one of those messages about, it is about starseeds not believing in their own journey. Okay, well, hopefully they'll give us a bit more information about that. I mean, they're throwing it in my head, but I don't want to go preaching unless they actually put the cards down there to help me to do it. So we've got to create zenness within our thought process. This is the Knight of Wands, but the Knight of Wands is a king in this deck. And so it's about being very zen with how we think about things. He's no longer fiercely fighting with his swords. His swords are down, look. He's now using the balance of his mind to move forwards in the air, but in the earth realm. Okay, so can we have some clarifiers, please, for this? Have some clarifiers, please. Can we have some clarifiers, please? Can we have some clarifiers, please? So, you have the Prince of Swords and the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is the bad thought patterns, the things that stop you. They're relying on the past. And the Prince of Swords, he's really cutting away at what look like Pentacles. Now, he's in a journey work. Oh, and he is in a journey. They're giving me the connection of your journey being stuck because you're not doing your inner work properly. And this is a message to starseeds. Okay, so it's a message to everybody, but they're telling me that I have to mention this to starseeds because they're allowing their own mind to interfere with their progress and their mission. If you want to call yourself a starseed, get a mission, get a life, get going, because now's the time. And it's really 3 of Cups is the energy of happiness, joy, abundance, and sort of weird Daleks. This is about it's about coming back together with your starseed families. You know, you already have connections with them. For other people, it's about coming back together with people who you call family. This is a really emotional moon about coming together, softening your outlook on things. So, witness the patterns. Witness the patterns. I need some animal energy cards to witness the patterns. Witness the patterns, please. Witness the patterns. Witness the patterns. The crop circles and things. I mean, you know, they're not here at this time of year, but the point is that it's to do with, you can look at old ones. You can look online at images of them. There will be new ones, but there's messages. So, it's a really simple message with this. Whale is to go very, very deep emotionally. And that's linked into that card of the 3 of Cups, the emotional depth. Go down very, very deeply to witness emotions. And within this card of the spiral, the fire ant is the reforming of your eye to start to witness the patterns hidden inside things. So it's definitely coming to you, people. Right, now the next major block of this, oh no, sorry, I need to put some tarot cards on this one. So, whale and fire ant, witnessing the patterns, what do we have? Oh, powerful stuff, people. Right. It's really powerful stuff. If you start searching for the patterns, looking at crop circles, looking at other phenomena that seem mysterious, it will begin your transformation. I say really powerful stuff because we've actually got 3 major arcana cards. So we have death. It's a transformative time. Again, I'm getting a link to this 29, this 11, this master number. They're telling me journey, keep journeying. Open your heart to your place in the world is what I'm getting. Open your spirit, the owl on top of the head. Open spirit up during this moon. There's a lot coming, and they're saying that the gate on the 3rd of the 3rd has got a lot to do with this, but I don't know anything about that gateway yet. I'm going to do a reading for it shortly. So the transformation that you're undergoing to witness this new energy in the forms is a big spiritual awakening. This is divine masculinity. This is the point at which the masculine... Oh, and I've got the Sun card. This is the beginning of the preparation for the new energy that's coming with the eclipse. Look, some of you will be able to connect to this energy early. those really doing a lot of shadow. Oh, you see, they wanted me to say shadow work to do with the next series of cards. Okay, so because there's something magical taking place. This is the Magician. Now, this card represents raw masculinity. He also represents divine masculinity, but in the tarot deck story, he begins as raw masculinity, the selfish need to manifest everything for himself, and then he becomes the emperor when he's emotionally masculine, as the sun is now, and then he transforms into the divine masculine. Now, when you get these two cards together, raw and divine masculinity, you've got balance. It's a 6. And it's a complete balance all the way along the line. So that's the transformation that takes place. That's the format, is to learn to keep a balance between these two energies, and that will allow the divine feminine to come in. So do you have any... Oh, I've picked up the wrong deck. Or the little deck, but the wrong deck. Do you have any clarifiers, please, on this? So, the clarifier is the death card again. This really is transformative. So, and then you have air energy, Princess of Swords. Oh, okay, you've got the Prince of Swords over there and the Princess of Swords. And that's the placement in Earth. Okay, I'm getting a message that's to do with the gateway. The gateway opening on the 3rd, because this new moon's part of that area, is the gateway of Enlil, except it's not. I used this card to represent Enlil in a reading, and actually they're now telling me this is Enlil, this energy here that's part of the journey is Enlil. Enlil split heaven and earth to create space for humanity. Okay, and in this, I just said earlier, there's that sense of thought, air, and the real world, the Pentacles. So he split the space between heaven and earth. Wow. And then this is the gateway that's opening. It's not Enlil, it's Ninlil, who was his consort, or the other flip side of him, which is what I suspect. And she is the goddess of the wind. She is the winds of change. So now we have a portal name. Fabulous. So, and it's his transformation as well as ours. Oh God, that's the clarifiers. He transforms into her energy. It's about switches. The whole of this journey has been about switching, transferring your masculine and feminine energies, turning things upside down in sound healing, everyone's energies, their body energies, their spiritual energies from the different sources are all being intermingled and put on a spin cycle. In a greater sense, it's this transformation as well, from the raw masculine to divine masculine. This is transformative energy, bringing peace to the world around us. These are thoughts in balance. So I'm going to go to the last 3 cards because they're beautiful. I just need to get them in the right order to show you. That's it. So we have... Oh no, I just did that differently. How did that... Sorry, I laid them out, and as I went to pick them up, it shifted. So this is the 3-3. A third of the third is going to be magical, and it's all part of this beautiful, soft, gentle energy of the moon. And then we have the cards of the Rainmaker and the Beauty Way. Now, the Rainmaker is divine, actually. Do you know what? This is kind of Kali Ma energy as well. I just want to say that. This, you know, look, this is soft masculine, divine masculine's been coming up. We never talk about the raw feminine energy. We talk only about the divine feminine. And I'm getting that message coming in. I think that's going to be part of this gate of Ninlil, not Enlil, as we're saying. But the Kali Ma energy comes in. I'm going to have to edit a reading I did about Kali Ma for you to see, or maybe I'll tag it on to the end of this. We'll see. Kali Ma energy is, from the darkness comes a destructive force to shed man of his ego. To shed man of his ego to become divine. But you have to use the raw femininity to do it. So Kali Ma destroys the ego of Shiva when he gets too big for his boots. Okay, and she creates love and compassion from her destruction, whereas the raw masculinity creates destruction for survival. She creates destruction to create love. It's a different, the raw feminine is beautiful. Okay, anyway, so the Rainmaker is the raw feminine creating the Beauty Way, and it's just magical. There's a balance, 3-3, that's the portal gateway, and then we've got 4-2-4, another balance. We have that card of peace, a balance. So let's just have Rainmaker, Beauty Way and Magic. Rainmaker, Beauty Way and Magic, please. Can we have a little bit more information about them? The Rainmaker, I didn't do an animal energy on them, but hey ho. Oh my goodness. Oh, so that one didn't turn over, but it is like a minor tower moment, but it didn't fall on the ground because it's not a tower. This is a tower moment that's controlled, not out of control. So we have transformation, change. It's I'm not sure how to read this. Just give me a moment. Oh, it is again. So this is the transformation we talked about here, from raw masculine to divine masculine. This is actually about transforming the emotional, loving Queen of Cups, the divine feminine, being transformed during this gateway on the 3rd of the 3rd, magically transformed into the raw feminine. I love this card. She's like the Lady Devil. She is so fierce. She's stabbing her stick down, because this is uploads. I've said uploads again. Right, so this is the point on the 3rd of the 3rd when the divine feminine can literally connect to the earth. So Enlil separated heaven and earth for humanity to live. Ninlil is going to bring them back together again. Like in the heart chakra. Thank you. So, this magical alchemist transformation from divine feminine to raw feminine is gonna be fierce and beautiful because it's the Beauty Way and it brings absolute joy and happiness. That's the point. I'm just going to ask for clarification. Don't forget, the cycles are changing, yin and yang. It's natural. This has to happen. I picked up that wrong deck again. So please, let's just have an ending to this reading. Some clarifiers on this transformative energy of the raw feminine coming in to save us all, basically. 5 cards. The only one showing upright is it's a victory. It's a victory in many ways. It's also, this is about body healing. So, this is the old emotions that weren't functioning. Old emotions that weren't functioning. You know, so this queen, this divine feminine queen comes in to transform these old emotions so that, and she's going to kind of tear them up. She's tearing up the rule books. This wonderful, fierce Queen of Discs, Princess of Discs. She's amazing. I mean, I keep calling her Urash, but it's really the energy of divine femininity. And we have divine masculinity. So we've now got, he's almost like, he's almost like the little kid on the block. You know, he's the in-between stage. So we've now got raw, emotional and divine masculinity. And we've got the reversal. We've got the Enlil and Ninlil energy switch. We've got this card saying change. New beginning in the earth. I've got to go back to that card of a new beginning taking place in the earth. The sun coming out the beauty way, being created through this wonderful energy of raw femininity. Third of the third. Get some raw femininity going. Be gorgeous. So now we've got 6-6. Oh, this is another one of these. This is like a promise of the 6 of the 6 portal coming online, and I know already that's the Marduk. Well, I'm saying Marduk now, but I'm suspecting actually by the time we get there, it'll be Marduk's feminine version. We'll see. You're trying to create dominion, 2 of Wands, vision to no place, to create something afresh, and it's got the 3 of Pentacles, which for me in this deck represents the Nikola Tesla Divine 9, 369. It's like having cosmically divine source energy coming in to say, this is what's happening. Okay. So, that seems to be the end of that reading. I'm just going to ask, because I'm so greedy, for one final card. There it is. Oh, it's my hummingbird I'm waiting for. This is gonna bring heart chakra alignments because we're switching all the energies. Beautiful. Okay, have a lovely time and wassail to you all.